Good evening, Rockets fans. Today we're going to be talking about Rockets versus the Bucks. Yesterday we had a great game. A lot of things that we could talk about. A lot of things that were worthy of praise. And a lot of things that we can change. Let's get right into it, y'all. Rockets versus the Bucks. In this play, Jabari Smith Jr., I was saying last year that you need to work on your ball handling. This is an example of it. I'm sure you already know. But when you see plays like this, you have to work on it, man. You have to work on it. And I know you are. I know you are because 1 year ago, 2 years ago, you weren't trying this. So you're building on foundation blocks, but when you see a problem, you see something that needs to be changed, you got to put in overtime in order to work at it, and we need to be seeing improvement over the course of the year. I love that you are working on your game while we're playing in the middle of the season. I love that. I don't want you to be discouraged when it comes to working on your game. But you shouldn't be having to get too fancy when it comes to the ball handling, what I'm talking about. Maybe you perfect 1-2 dribbles, pull up. 1-2 dribbles, I'm making a move to get to the rim. 1-2 dribble, I'm given the perception that I'm going to make a move, and then I'm able to create for others. You don't gotta. I'm not asking you to be Kyrie. I'm not asking you to be Kyrie. I'm not asking you to be Kyrie, so to speak. Yeah, when I say ball handling, I mean being able to create your own shot, being able to be a threat off the dribble. I ain't asking for you to be super highlight hot sauce, man. So you see that there's a problem in your game. Let's work on fixing it. You're still a great player. We still love you. We still need you out there, man. You still bring so much to our team. Do not take this as a slight to you. Don't let your confidence waver, man, because we need you on our squad. We need your versatility that you bring to the table. Don't ever get it twisted. But again, if nobody's going to say it, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say what is truth, and hopefully y'all guys take it with, man, this dude really wants to see me play my best. He wants to see me be a Hall of Famer. He wants to see us holding up that trophy. And I know you guys do, man. So please, everybody, not just Jabari, work on y'all's game. Now, on a positive note, as we were talking about this in the second quarter, first quarter was a good quarter, not much to improve on. But a good sign that I'm seeing is Sengun. Last game, I challenged him to Mike and Drew, get better at finishing around the rim, and I saw that a vast improvement this game when it came to finishing around the rim, his touch around the rim, being able to give defenders like Brook Lopez a problem. He couldn't guard you last night. If you are able to do that for 82 games and being able to not necessarily the same skill set, the same ball maneuvers that you were able to do against Brook Lopez, I'm not saying that over 82 games, but the level of dominance that you were able to showcase, were able to display on the Bucks yesterday, if you were able to do that for 82 games, you made your first All-Star team this past year, but it's going to be one of many, and will be a starter. Not an all-star starter, like not an all-star reserve, but an all-star as in like You know what I'm saying? You are on the showcase. We coming to see you. So I love this game that we had, man. You had player of the game while we're talking about it. Alfred Sengun, 23 points, 11 rebounds, plus or minus 14, 7 of 9 from the line. So you had 77, I think it was 77% on the free throw line, 50% from the field, 8 of 16. And that's all I was asking. This is the vast improvement that you saw in this past game is the difference between making 4 more shots from the previous game, because it's the same shots. 12 of 16. I'm sorry, it was 8 of 16 this past game. In a previous game, you may have 5 of 16 makes, a lot of missed layups. So with 4 more baskets, night and day performance, man. And this is what I'm talking about. We say some bad things, but then we also got the great things that we're able to improve on and build off of. Great job by Alfred Sengun. Player of the game goes to Alfred Sengun. Back to the second quarter and things that we can improve on. The announcer, Ryan Hollins, said this perfectly at the time, but again, we need to be making the best shot possible. Even though we are in a three-point shooting era, even though Steph Curry has blown up what it is to be basketball, shout out to Steph Curry, because that's how you know you're one of the best to ever do it, when you change the game forever. You got kids shooting three-pointers from the parking lot trying to be like you. So you change the game, you go down as one of the greatest, top 2 greatest point guard ever to play. That's Steph Curry. But the downside of that is people stop taking the best shots available and stop valuing the best shots available. Jalen Green, you had a wide open layup right here, and you decided to take a 3. Yes, 3 is better than 2, but a layup, in terms of efficiency, will always be the three-pointer. Even a corner 3, which is the shortest three-pointer on the court. A wide open layup or a dunk, or being able to create a high efficiency shot is more valued than an open 3. Way more valued than an open 3. And this is just an example of it. We got to get back to trying to get great shots every single time down. No, I'm sorry. That was a good shot. But you had a wide open layup. Like, when I'm telling you wide open, it was like Moses parting the Red Sea wide open. Nobody within the vicinity. Straight line, shot to the rim, dunk. Would have been a highlight. Y'all, you name it. It's a missed opportunity. And when you see a straight line path to the rim, you have to take it every single time. And the cherry on top of why this is such a bad play, right, is that you missed it. And the ball went over the backboard, and then it's just like, as you did in that play, because now you know, dang, bro, not only did I just pass up a wide open highlight, real worthy dunk, because you know this guy, Jalen Green, could jump out of the gym, but now it's a turnover effectively because we're not getting another shot at the rim. We're not getting a chance to rebound it and put it back up. We're one of the better offensive rebounding teams. So, Jalen, you're having a great season. Again, do not take what I'm saying as anything other than constructive criticism, because I love my team. I'm #1 Rockets fan. Say it through and through and through and through and through. By the way, I need to get one of them H-Town jerseys because them Jones is fire. But we got to be making sound decisions. We got to be not relying on our talent to win us games. We got to be putting in the mental aspect, having the IQ of the game. That is what's going to win us the championship. They say defense wins championships, but it's defense and then IQ. There is no stupid champions. Not to say that we're stupid, but we got to make smart plays every single time down. We got a veteran from the San Antonio Spurs locker room in Ime Udoka that knows the Popovich way of doing it. And shout out to the Spurs as we segue into tonight's game. But the Spurs have won all 5 of their championships with good ball movement, chemistry, with making the best play available. And not that I'm envying the Spurs, but the way that they play basketball is something that we have to take notes of, man. We as an organization, the history of our organization has been that we have one superstar that, and albeit he is like the cloth that is the Houston Rockets, is we have a superstar that we build the team around that either never quite makes it to the top tier. We got the Steve Francis of the world. We got the Tracy McGrady's of the world. We got the James Hardens of the world. Shout out to James Harden. Again, that's my favorite player. I love all of those guys that I just named, right? They were my favorite players at one point in time when they put on that uniform. But what we can do better and what we need to change about our organization is not relying so much on talent and starting to put together the talent with the mental aspect of basketball, because that will get us the championship, not just talent. We got Ime Udoka because this guy is X and O's that's going to get in guys' faces in order to correct mistakes. He's doing that. Shout out to him. And we are young, so we got a lot of room to improve. But we got to start adopting the mindset that we're going to make smart decisions as often as possible. And hopefully I'm here to help y'all do that, because bruh, you don't know how bad I want to see the Rockets win a championship. But let's continue. In the third quarter, we have a play here. Giannis Antetokounmpo, as great as he is, with a wide open lane to the rim. Jalen Green has an opportunity here. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the IQ. You got Giannis, fast break opportunity as he is getting past you on the free throw line, right? I'm going to show you in this play here. Giannis is going wide open lane to the rim, and we're playing defense and trying to play one-on-one. Bro, when it comes to players like this, like the Shaqs of the world, the Giannis's of the world, the guys that have stuff that you just can't teach, which is size, which is the strength and the power and the dominating ability that he has, bro, we got to change the sport. And I know that, it's all fun and jokes, and we're going to get to the right way to do it and the wrong way to do it. Understanding what I mean by changing the sport, I'm saying that we go from playing basketball to playing rugby, right? When I said change the sport, I meant like not wrestling, as you're gonna see later with Amen Thompson. Him, when I meant change the sport. Change the sport as in like a form tackle below the waist, rugby-esque tackle, and at a reasonable distance too, like to where he can't get the and one. Here, you have a play where you got contact with the guy made at the free throw line. That's a wrap up. I'm not letting you get close enough to the rim to where you're able to get and one opportunity. And I'm limiting the amount of times that you are on the fast break and you are going to convert 2 points and getting onto a run. That's what I mean by changing the sport. I am by no means talking about WWE, Amen Thompson. And by the way, as you're going to see in this play, I don't think this is a flagrant 2 ejection, automatic ejection, right? I think that was a little bit blown out of proportion. Yes, there was some this going on. But yeah, I think that was a flagrant 1. But again, when I'm saying change the sport, man, let's do rugby and not bringing Hulk Hogan, Rey Mysterio out, man. This guy here decided to change the sport from basketball to wrestling. And yeah, man, that's gonna pile up technical fouls, Draymond Green-esque. And we got to be smarter about the ways that we do it, man. We got to be smarter. What's for the birds today is the complementary basketball, because I think when it comes to complementary basketball, guys, we have to, when we make a highlight on offense, that should energize us to play strong defense on the other end. We play good defense and it leads to offense. That part of basketball, we play really good. We do have complementary basketball, but in vice versa, in the opposite way, we're not doing that. We're not creating a highlight offensive play, and then that puts the battery in our backs in order to play great defense. We have great offensive plays, and then we get lax on defense. Again, this is what I talk about relying on talent. Also, another thing that's for the birds is our half-court offense and our, how do I say this? Our clutch time offense. In the last 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, we suck. We suck. It's not just the zone that we're like, we did a good job against the zone. But it's not just the zone, man. It's just like we miss Fred. That's the solution, right? I don't want to come with problems without a solution. We miss Fred. We miss a veteran presence that is going to make and create offense at a high efficiency rate with limiting the turnovers. This is what Fred brings to the table. For all of those people that were Fred haters, Fred doubters, understand that this is what Fred brings to the table. Timely baskets, great creation of offense later in the game, and veteran leadership. And this is what we're missing, because in the fourth quarters of games, this is how are we losing these tough games. So don't get it twisted. We miss Fred. And understand something else. As we like, on paper, it seems like we have great depth, but without Atari or Eason of the world, you can see how things just start to unravel for us. Without the Fred VanVleets of the world, you can see how certain aspects, what makes us so good, start to unravel. So we kind of got to dial it back when we talk about the depth that we have, because the depth isn't really, it's not, man. It's not where we need it to be, because one person goes down and then all of a sudden, all the things that person is able to bring to the table isn't able to be made up for with our depth, with the fact that we run 10 deep. So I've gotten a little bit on my high horse and rambled on today, but I love this here. let's do better, y'all. We're at the 5th seed right now, and there's no reason why we need to be at the 5th seed. We got the Spurs tonight. They don't have Wemby. This should be an easy game, man. We should be up by 10, 15 points come halftime. There's no reason why we need to be even watching the game as Rockets fans in the second half. Don't want to put too big of a burden on y'all guys' shoulders, but with the amount of talent that we have on this roster, with the powerhouse coaching staff that we have, I'm not saying that the Spurs aren't in our same stratosphere, but there's just certain teams that we just, like, it's no reason that we losing against these guys, man. I'm not going to let y'all forget about this game against the Jazz, bro. Like, we lost that game, bro. Like, anyways, man. Great game tonight. Great game last night. We found a way to iron it out. Amen Thompson, I'd like you to, how do I put this? You have to value these experiences, man, because pretty soon, with the talent that you have and the high level of play that you have, man, you're going to be starting with us very, very soon. And we need you to create offense at critical points in the game. We need you to start taking over as that ball-handing leader that we know you can be. And start leaning on the vets, man, and start spending some extra time when it comes to the X's and O's of this game called basketball, man. Peace.
I'm trying to famous, ooh, I'm trying to famous.